Welcome back, and today we're looking at Luke 2. From verse 1 it says this: "In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place whilst Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and the line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child." So Becky, we're reading about the census and the journey that Mary and Joseph went on. What do you feel God is saying to you as you read that passage?
Well, it was really interesting because I think you know the words so well because you've had them in, Christmases all of your life. And it was really interesting for me to think, gosh, like this journey, where was it? And I looked on the map and then I thought, oh, Google Maps. So I literally put in Nazareth to Bethlehem in Google Maps. Yeah. And because they're real places, they were, they're there. So if you take the car, it takes about 2.5 hours. If you walk, which we assume with a donkey that would have been about that pace, it would take over 30 hours to get there. So, that is at least 2 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it just brought to life, wow. They were in the middle of really difficult circumstances. The political situation at the time meant that this census was taking place because of the control of the Romans. So, all around them, there would have been this political unrest going on. But also for them, like we think that maybe Mary was only 14. So, for that whole situation, for a young girl to be walking, and Joseph, which they weren't married, so she's pregnant, and they're going on this journey, which was unforeseen, really. They were being made to go to Bethlehem, and it just reminds me, gosh. We always think our lives are so, unless it looks like a beautiful story, something's going wrong, like God's got it wrong and things aren't working out how God wanted them to. But this was God's plan, right so back true. In the Old Testament. They had this amazing, one of the prophecies about the Messiah was that he would be from David's town, from Bethlehem. So God is out working, like he needs to get them there.
It's true.
And so this is God's big plan. But for us and for them, it just felt like something out of EastEnders. But that's okay. Like God doesn't always do it in the way we expect.
It's fascinating the way as well you think to yourself, the other elements of the Christmas story, there's the angels appearing to shepherds and the angels appearing to Joseph and babies leaping in wombs and all sorts of stuff like this. But then actually this is a 30-hour trek across from one place to the other, which would have been, at the time, not romanticised in the way we've done it now, but actually it's quite basic and simple and just doing what the law was demanding them to do. So what do you think, for us, how does this impact our lives today, would you say? What does it mean
right now, like we're just getting into December. I know that I've got loads of plans around who's coming around my house for Christmas, what the plans are, all the plans about family and extended family. And for me, I'm thinking, wow, it feels hard to negotiate. And, there's all these conversations to be had and to organise. But, that's okay. Like, that's not wrong. God's in it. Just in the same way that it felt pretty chaotic for Mary and Joseph, God was outworking his plan. So I think for me, I'm really confident that actually I'm every day from now and until Christmas, this whole Christmas period, I just need to put one foot in front of the other and continue on that journey to Christmas Day, because God has got it. And however crazy it looks in my life, that God has a plan. Like he wanted to get them to Bethlehem, and for me, he wants me to get to the place that he wants me to on Christmas morning, to know that he's present with us. So I'm just going to keep walking my journey this next month.
So I don't know what's ahead of you this month or even today, but just keep putting one foot in front of the other and know, like you said, like God's working in your life, and let's have our ears and our eyes open to that today.